Okay, so this is my Lockout version that I've made on Halo 4. Made it about a year ago. It took me about 15 hours. Hopefully it's not too bad, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. One thing is, jump height, you should try and put it on 110%. I will upload a Halo 2 variant that I've created, a game type, which enables you to play it pretty much like you would be on Halo 2. The only exception is that I can't turn off the run unless anyone else can tell me otherwise, and I'm just being a complete noob. But if you put it on 110%, you should be able to make 99% of all these jumps that you would be able to on Halo 2 Lockout. So let's have a look. So first thing you'll notice when it loads up, hopefully it's the right camera angle it would be as you were viewing Lockout in the game lobby. There you go. Just a little touch there. Okay, so I'm just in Forge mode, and let's go and be the chief, or a Spartan at least. So all the weapons will be in the right place. You've got your frag grenades here, 3 of them. Your fusion coils will all be in the right place, pretty much. This room was very difficult to make. It looks a mess, but what you can do is in Halo 2 you could crouch and walk across the top here, which you can do here, like so. There were these little alcoves to hide in, and these little blocks with which you can jump on. And there's a little railing above this gap that you could jump on and look down as well. The hole's probably a little bigger, but hey, it's still pretty good. And over here you got your sword down here. Yeah, this bit's pretty easy to make. You've got the already preset buildings. Again, your needler, crate, and plasma grenades. Then we go up this ramp, which is also a little I think it's mainly because the BR tower is out of scale, and you wouldn't have enough blocks to construct the whole BR tower from scratch. From scratch as well. It's just the postman there. So have a look in here. Now I have put these on here again because you could jump on something that was above here to avoid grenades, certain grenades. Okay. Catwalks are default sizing, a little wider. They would be door width, but again, to save on blocks to build the rest of the map, it was much easier just to use the preset building block. And in here I've yep, there you go, look, you can stand on here as well, which you could do before. And fusion crate, of course, and these that you could jump on as well, like so. They just protruded out on the original, so I had to add those in. We've got this ramp, right? This rock formation I've built is to simulate the sort of housing that it used to be built into the side of a cliff. So you've got this that you can still lob grenades up onto it, and they would fall down on top of BR tower. So I pretty much tried my best to simulate how the grenades used to work and bounce as well. So we're at the top of the BR tower now, and visually looks pretty good. Okay, yep, you haven't got the big fork across the top there, but that was just a waste of materials. I'd rather have the kind of, at least the height and the pinnacle of that tower, rather than have a big fork that you can't even get on unless you knew how to super jump, of course. So there will be no jetpacks, and there is a death barrier, so you can't go any higher than what I've allowed you to. Obviously feel free to customise it if you download it. So I'll have a look across to Sniper Tower. Yes, the roof's a little different. Running out of blocks at Sniper Tower, that was probably the hardest thing to build during the whole process, and we'll have a look at that in just a moment. Let's go down here. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, one jump in particular that you can do now it's quite a sneaky way. I don't know how many people actually used it. I loved it. So you've got the door frames that I've put on here. I'll try and make all these jumps down straight away. Onto the antenna. Oh, I suck. I haven't played in about a year. So up onto the antenna, and then you'd be up on top of BR. Hopefully all of you know this. If you didn't, then you can by all means check it out on Halo 2. You can do that. Again, all the door frames are present, so there's a door frame up here that you can go on. There's a door frame here, of course, as well, that you can go on. And I swear BR Tower used to stick out a little further, but with the preset, you could jump around onto the tower and sneak up that way, but there you go. Okay, I think that's BR Tower done. Under glass. Let's have a look at blue. So let's go down into blue where we originally spawned. Now, one of my proudest things to make was green room. I quite like this, took me ages, even these little angular bit here where there was on Halo 2. And the little hiding spot, not big enough to hide you, you can still see the person just, but again it was a very sneaky, there's that famous bit where someone would come out and BR, I don't know his name, but he was famous for doing that. BR, he's got no shield and he took out 2 guys or something. And the little slanted green thing here, again you can just sneak behind it, but you can get seen, but it's just that little bit of cover, isn't it? And shotgun, obviously there. I'm sorry if my narration is boring you and my voice is irritating, you can turn me off if you want to. And okay, up the grab lift, probably protrudes you a little bit further than usual, but you end up in about the right spot. You got the 2 sides down here that you can drop onto with a magnum on each, and of course you can drop down the front, because that's what it was meant to do in Halo 2. Oh, there's also one thing, I used to play a custom game on this called Hide and Seek, where we'd all have invis and some guy would have to find us. One of the only ways to get up on here, onto this bit, was to jump on the fusion crate here, up onto the door frame, and then up into the little crevice. I don't know how many people used to ever go up here, but it's pretty cool. You can camp up here a little bit if you wanted to. This is still here as well. And then down onto elbow, or catwalk, whichever one you prefer to call it. This room probably was quite difficult to make. I'm sure the door frame is a little wider than usual. And here you have, well, you don't have plasma rifles in Halo 4, but there's a storm rifle. Okay, and then we're going to go onto here, one of the most famous jumps that's used quite a lot, and straight up, nice and easy. I'm sure many people have managed to make that. And jump backwards, and you'll make it cross like that. And then you've got this side as well, off the elbow. And up and over, nice and easy. Make sure you crouch at the top, like you had to before anyway. Again, the door frame here as well, pretty much exactly. And how it was in Halo 2 again, the rockery at the back here, because you used to be able to bounce grenades up and around. This should be okay. This is probably a little deeper than it was, but you could hide. It was almost like a little alcove. You could hide in here. And then sniper tower, this walkway not as wide, but dimensions wise this took me quite a while to get it into respective positioning for the rest of the map. So I'm not really sure where I went wrong, but somehow I could not get this to stick out anymore, otherwise it would overhang too much, and yeah, that's as wide I've been able to make it. And you've got the sniper tower that we're on now. And you had these little cheeky bits here that you could walk around onto, of course. Fantastic for sneaking around the guy that's running up to sniper tower behind you. And where else have we got? Yeah, we've got this one up here as well that you can go onto, of course, all the way around to about here. That's where it would go normally. And you've got the jump from mid to S2 pretty much, which is nice and easy. There you go, done. Now, if you put the gravity on well, not the gravity, you put your jump height on 125%, you can pretty much jump straight up there. It'd be helpful if you get 115%, that'd be quite good, but 110 you pretty much can make all the jumps. So you can still surprise by going onto the posts here and jumping straight around, which is what you could do. It's pretty badass, as we all know, Halo 2. And you can jump up that way as well. Lastly, the only thing I wasn't able to do, some proportion, I think it's this under glass room that I built. It's probably a little, if I could squash it down it would probably work. The only jump I haven't been able to make, I'm afraid guys, is from here up to here. Now that devastated me, all the time I spent onto it, and I couldn't make that jump. You can make it with different gravities. By all means, anyone wants to tweak this and make it possible, then that would be fantastic. This walkway here, how many guys did this? I don't know. From here you can run and jump across onto bridge there, which is another fantastic jump. Whether or not it was able to do so the other side, I'm not sure. I can't remember that much in the original Lockout. I always thought, I think it is possible, but yeah, not on this. Well, let's just have another quick go, I'm not sure. yeah, excuse all the little minor details that are sticking out the wall. It doesn't make any difference on gameplay. It's not part of the map that you would normally be on. I went for playability and not how it looked. You know, I mean, if you can make that, great. I'm not 100% sure if you could make that originally. I think you could, but you can make the other side, which is more accessible anyway. So there we go. That's my Lockout remake. Hopefully, it's one of the better ones out there. Plays pretty well. Me and my friends have played it quite a lot, and it plays pretty damn good. I was quite impressed with it, and so were they. I actually took my time to pick out the finer points that made Lockout the beautiful map that it was to play on. So yeah, hope you guys like it. Download it, tweak it, and send me a message if you've made it better. By better I mean making this jump work from catwalk to mid. That'd be great. Okay guys, thank you very much.